Kamala Harris's election as vice president marked a pivotal moment in American history. Her ascent to this high office was not just a personal triumph, but a significant milestone for the nation. She became the first woman, the first black person, and the first South Asian American to hold the office. This unprecedented achievement brought a new wave of hope and possibility. Her victory shattered barriers and inspired millions across the nation. It was a moment that resonated deeply with people from all walks of life, symbolizing a step forward in the ongoing struggle for equality. Harris's presence in the White House represents a significant step towards a more inclusive and representative democracy. Her role is not just ceremonial, it is a testament to the progress that can be achieved through perseverance and dedication. Her journey has been one of breaking barriers and defying expectations. From her early career as a prosecutor, where she fought for justice in the courtroom, to her time as a U.S. Senator, Harris has consistently fought for justice and equality. Her legislative work has focused on criminal justice reform, health care, and economic equity. As Vice President, she brings her unique perspective and experience to bear on the most pressing issues facing our nation. Her background allows her to approach problems with a nuanced understanding that is crucial in today's complex political landscape. Harris's historic achievement serves as a beacon of hope and progress, particularly for women and people of color who have long been underrepresented in positions of power. Her story is a powerful reminder that barriers can be broken and that representation matters. Her leadership inspires a new generation of leaders to strive for a more just and equitable society. Kamala Harris's vice presidency is not just a chapter in history, it is a call to action for future generations to continue the fight for justice and equality. Immigration is a complex issue with no easy solutions. It involves a myriad of factors, including economic conditions, political stability, and social dynamics. As vice president, Kamala Harris has taken a leading role in addressing the root causes of migration from Central America. Her efforts are aimed at creating long-term solutions that will reduce the need for people to flee their home countries. She is focused on promoting economic development, combating corruption, and improving governance. These initiatives are designed to create more stable and prosperous communities. Additionally, she is addressing climate change in the region, recognizing that environmental degradation can drive migration. By supporting sustainable practices, she hopes to mitigate some of these pressures. Her approach has drawn criticism from both sides of the political spectrum. The debate over immigration policy is highly polarized, with strong opinions on all sides. Some progressives argue that she has not done enough to reverse the Trump administration's harsh immigration policies. They believe more immediate and drastic changes are necessary. Conservatives, on the other hand, accuse her of being too lenient on border security. They argue that stricter measures are needed to protect the nation's borders. Despite the challenges, Harris remains committed to finding a humane and workable solution to the immigration crisis. She continues to engage with various stakeholders to develop policies that balance security with compassion. She believes that the United States has a moral obligation to provide refuge to those fleeing violence and persecution. This commitment is rooted in the nation's values and history as a land of opportunity. She also recognizes the economic and cultural contributions that immigrants make to the country. Immigrants play a vital role in various sectors, enriching the nation's diversity and driving economic growth. Kamala Harris's record on criminal justice is complex and often misunderstood. Her career has been marked by both significant achievements and notable controversies. As a former prosecutor, she has faced criticism for her role in upholding a system that has disproportionately harmed communities of color. Critics argue that her actions contributed to the perpetuation of systemic inequalities. However, she has also been a vocal advocate for reform, pushing for policies that promote fairness and reduce mass incarceration. Her efforts have included advocating for changes in sentencing laws and supporting initiatives aimed at rehabilitation. During her time as San Francisco District Attorney, and later as California Attorney General, Harris implemented a number of progressive reforms. These reforms were designed to create a more equitable justice system and address long-standing issues. These included programs to divert low-level offenders from prison, reduce recidivism rates, and provide alternatives to incarceration. Her initiatives aim to give individuals a second chance and reduce the cycle of reoffending, and address racial disparities in the justice system. Harris's policies sought to ensure that justice was applied fairly, regardless of race or background. Despite these efforts, some activists remain critical of Harris's record, arguing that she did not go far enough in challenging the status quo. They believe that more radical changes were needed to truly transform the system. They point to her support for certain tough-on-crime policies as evidence that she was not always on the side of reform. This duality in her record continues to spark debate and discussion about her legacy in criminal justice reform. Protecting voting rights has been a cornerstone of Kamala Harris's career. She understands that the right to vote is fundamental to a functioning democracy. Throughout her time in public service, she has fought tirelessly to expand access to the ballot box and combat voter suppression efforts. As a U.S. Senator, Harris was a vocal critic of state laws that made it harder for people to vote, particularly those that disproportionately impacted minority communities. She co-sponsored legislation to restore the Voting Rights Act and expand early voting and voter registration opportunities. As Vice President, Harris has continued to champion voting rights, using her platform to raise awareness about the importance of civic engagement and to call out efforts to disenfranchise voters. She has traveled the country, meeting with voters and urging them to make their voices heard. Section 5. Internal tensions and public perception. Like any high-profile politician, Kamala Harris has faced her share of challenges and controversies. Reports of internal tensions within her office, staff turnover, and communication issues have at times overshadowed her policy agenda. These internal struggles have fueled criticism from both the left and the right, with some questioning her leadership style and effectiveness. Her critics paint a picture of an office in disarray, plagued by infighting and a lack of clear direction. However, her supporters counter that these challenges are not uncommon in high-pressure political environments. They argue that Harris is a strong and capable leader who is committed to serving the American people. They point to her accomplishments and her unwavering dedication to social justice as evidence of her commitment. Section 6. A legacy in the making. Despite the challenges, Kamala Harris is making history and leaving a lasting impact on American politics. Her presence in the White House is a testament to the progress that has been made in the fight for equality and representation. Her journey is an inspiration to millions, particularly young girls and people of color who see in her a reflection of their own dreams and aspirations. Harris's story demonstrates that with hard work, determination, and a commitment to justice, anything is possible. As she continues to navigate the complexities of her role, Harris is shaping a legacy that will be defined by her commitment to social justice, her unwavering belief in the promise of America, and her determination to create a more inclusive and equitable society for all. Section 7. The Power of Representation. Kamala Harris's vice presidency is about more than just policy. It's about representation. It's about seeing someone who looks like you in a position of power. It's about knowing that your voice matters and that your story is part of the American story. For many young girls, seeing Harris on the national stage is a powerful message. It tells them that they can achieve anything they set their minds to. It shows them that there are no limits to what they can accomplish. Representation matters. It shapes how we see the world and how we see ourselves. When we see people who look like us in positions of power, it expands our sense of what's possible. It inspires us to dream bigger and to strive for more. Section 8. Facing the future. As we look to the future, Kamala Harris will continue to face challenges and opportunities. The political landscape is constantly shifting, and the issues facing our nation are complex. However, she has shown that she is up to the task. She is a fighter, a trailblazer, and a champion for the people. She is not afraid to speak truth to power or to fight for what she believes in. The road ahead may not be easy, but Harris has the experience, the intellect, and the compassion to lead us forward. She is a beacon of hope in a time of uncertainty, and her leadership gives us reason to be optimistic about the future. Section 9. A new chapter in American politics. Kamala Harris's vice presidency marks a new chapter in American politics. It's a chapter defined by inclusion, representation, and a commitment to progress. It's a chapter where anything is possible. Her journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of representation, and the enduring promise of the American dream. She is a role model for a new generation of leaders who are committed to creating a more just and equitable world. As we move forward, let us draw inspiration from Harris's example. Let us continue to fight for what we believe in, to break down barriers, and to create a more perfect union. The future is ours to shape, and together we can build a better tomorrow. Section 10. Conclusion. A time of transformation. Kamala Harris's vice presidency is a significant sign of the times. It reflects the changing demographics of the United States and the growing demand for diversity and inclusion in all aspects of society. Her election is a testament to the progress that has been made, but it is also a reminder of the work that still needs to be done. We must continue to fight for equality, justice, and opportunity for all Americans. Harris's story is a source of hope and inspiration for many. It shows us that change is possible and that our voices truly matter. Let us honor her legacy by continuing to fight for a more just and equitable world for all.